Hello everybody, Richard's away on holiday for a couple of days, so I'm filling in on the Wednesday word. Now at the prayer meeting on Monday, we spent some time praying for our church leaders. We gave thanks for the amazing gifts that God has given us over the past few years in the shape of Jane and Claire and Simon and Ollie. And we prayed for them as their focus is inevitably drawn towards the next chapter of each of their lives. And we prayed too for wisdom for Richard and for our wardens as they think about new appointments to fill the huge holes that these dearly loved brothers and sisters will leave. Please continue to keep all of those things in your prayers. However, whether a staff team is changing or times are more stable, there's always a need for prayer for church leaders. I've been reading through Titus on Thursday evenings with a group of young leaders as we seek to develop our gifts in Christian ministry together. And I've been struck again by Paul's priority when it comes to Christian leadership. He writes, "Since an overseer manages God's household, he must be blameless, not overbearing, not quick-tempered, not given to drunkenness, not violent, not pursuing dishonest gain. Rather, he must be hospitable, one who loves what is good, who is self-controlled, upright, holy, and disciplined." That's from Titus chapter 1, verses 7 and 8. And I was most struck by what's absent from this list. There's nothing about ability to preach, nothing about ability to glean new exegetical insights from a text, or to communicate them well. Ability to teach is listed in 1 Timothy, but apparently it's not important enough to make this list. There's nothing about inspirational leadership. There's nothing about ability to make hard decisions. Nothing about ability to cast an effective vision to take a church forward. Paul's focus is almost entirely on character. And this is a huge challenge for me as I learn the ropes of Christian ministry. You know, the real test of my suitability for church leadership comes not as I stand in front of you on a Sunday morning, but at the end of a long day, as my kids refuse to put on their pyjamas at the 5th time of asking. Not quick-tempered. The real test comes as I decide who to speak to after a service. Will I make a beeline for like-minded people that I know and love? Or do I speak to that new person who looks like they could be something of a misfit? He must be hospitable, Paul says, which means a lover of strangers. The real test comes in the tone I take when I get that awkward email from someone who doesn't like the way that something's being done. How will I answer? Will I let my frustration boil over and come out in harsh words? Words that don't acknowledge the concerns that have been expressed? Not violent, Paul says. So as much as I'm hoping to grow my theological knowledge and my ability to teach and preach and lead services during my time here as a curate, this passage is a wonderful reminder to me of what truly Christian leadership looks like. You know, the only mention of anything that could possibly be assessed by the content of my sermons or the essays that I wrote in college comes in the next verse 9, which says, "He must hold firmly to the trustworthy message as it has been taught, so that he can encourage others by sound doctrine and refute those who oppose it." I'm pretty sure Paul's concerns here are just as valid when he's thinking about females in ministry and males in ministry. But, you know, when it comes to my teaching and kind of how good it is, it's just a simple kind of pass-fail. You know, is he teaching the same trustworthy message he received? The focus for Paul is the character of someone engaged in Christian ministry. And therefore, I really hope that we can make it the focus of our prayers for our church leaders. This is where I most need to grow. It's where the biggest dangers lie. It's where I'm most in need of prayers, of your prayers. And the same is surely true for every Christian leader. So let's allow our prayers for our leaders, whether they're old ones or new ones, whether they're departing or arriving, let's allow all of those prayers to be shaped by God's priorities, that Christian character. Thanks very much.